So let me go to Kofi Bentil now. And Kofi, you see, around the table, I can tell people's, anger, and it's not different when you go down there. But Martin Pebu will get up, Kofi Bentil will get up and say, we are paying people to work. They are not working. Let's hit the streets and force them to do the work. And you see only a handful of Ghanaians show up.
Well, Samson, so we have a problem. I mean, the kind of politicians we have or get is a reflection of the kind of people we are. And I know that also because sometimes when you take some steps and you want to do some things, you'll be surprised the people who come to you and try to tell you to tone down or whatever it is. But I haven't given up hope. Listen, so I keep saying this constitution is not a failure. It has not failed. It is just that our leaders have found ways around it to continue to do the evil that they were doing in the past. To that extent, therefore, if you give the person room and you expect that by the exercise of their good sense, they will do the right thing because they have the room to do it, and they do not do it, you take off the room. Let me put it this way. Structure regulates performance, or structure regulates what people do, okay? It kind of is like the kind of structure you put a person in will determine their behavior in a certain sense. If you are going on a road and the road is a one-way road, that structure will make you go in a certain direction. And if you go back, the law will be against you. You are going to have problems. I do believe that we have certain things in our constitution which we need to strengthen if we find that our politicians will not be morally upright. So, for instance, this power of censure, all right, I pray that we continue to have a hung parliament, and I pray that in the constitutional amendment, we take out the requirement that ministers should come from parliament. What that would do is that once you enter parliament, you become a parliamentarian, you know there's no way out, that's where you're going to be, and that's where you make your name and whatever it is. Why? Because when we start with the constitutional amendment, one of the things that we should look at doing is strengthening the power of parliament to censure, one, ministers and also the president. The point is, there must be a way that makes whoever is in leadership, whether it's president or not, know that if you hit a certain point, we will bring you down. We don't have that now. We need to design something like that. We also have to know that until citizens continue to fight, we will not, or we cannot expect that leaders by themselves will elect against their own comfort and do the right thing.
My job is to pay tax so that it will be used to develop the country for me. Why should I pay the tax and now go and police the person who has paid the tax to use it well?
Because the person that you have to police is not an angel. And you have tried that person and have tried different people for 30 years. And they have shown you that they will use every opportunity to do the wrong thing. Look, we did a whole procurement act. And there was only one clause in the procurement act that says that under very strict circumstances, we can do, something.
Sourcing.
We elevate that small footnote to the whole procurement act. 90% of procurement is done that way. That is why you must police the people you put in office. The point I'm making is this. We are showing that we are not a people who can be trusted to be moral or upright in office, regardless of what we said when we were seeking the office. So let us build structures that will regulate behavior. And that is where the constitutional amendment and etc. come in. In the meantime, we need to keep fighting like you are fighting, like Martin is fighting, like I am fighting, like all of us are fighting, until we get that constitutional review done. We are not going to make that much progress. So if you leave me alone, I'll say stop everything. Let's go straight to constitutional review. And let's deal with amendments in the constitution which will make politicians and leaders afraid of people, not the other way around. Because when we give them our resources, we can expect, based on their performance, that they will abuse, misuse it, turn around, and tell us things that we don't want to hear.
All right.